What would it be like if there was only one man left on Earth? At mealtime, there would be 12 women eating together. Some are fat, some are skinny, some are tall, some are short, some are black, and some are white. Today, the heaviest girl, weighing 100 pounds, sits closest to the man. She continuously looks at him, wanting his attention, but he looks uncomfortable. Knowing that women take their hearts just to have a baby, he sees himself as a breeding machine. Suddenly, everyone claps, and the girl next to him kisses the man on the cheek. The man knows that the situation isn't good and tries to run away, but he's immediately caught. Then they swarm him, dragging him up to the table, as if they're preparing to eat him. He screams in resistance, but they are too many and too dangerous. At this point, the guard enters, and it turns out the guard is also a woman. But what will they do to him? Why is there only one man left on Earth? We have to start from the beginning. One day, a virus attacked humans. This is a virus that only infects men, and once infected, they will die immediately without any cure. Within a week, 99% of the men on Earth lost their lives. 8 years have passed, and the whole world has turned into a country girl. The positions that were only held by men before are now held by women, but women still understand women best. After the president acknowledged, they are given a holiday every month on the day of the solstice. They live very happily. The powers previously held are now all in their hands. What troubles them is the issue of overpopulation. To ensure the survival of the human species, the president proposed a lottery solution. 2 draws each year, only those who win the lottery are allowed to undergo in vitro fertilization. Before the spread of the virus, the National Resource Depository has stored the sperm of men. Everyone eagerly awaits the chance to win the lottery. On that day, the president stood on the podium, extolling his grandeur. Everyone was admired, cheered, but only Alex showed a look of discomfort. After the president finished speaking, "Let's work together to build a beautiful world," then a green liquid flew into the president. It was thrown by Alex. She was caught and taken to the police station, without any punishment or fines, locked in a small room and given a shot. But this shot did not take her life, but implanted a chip into her. This chip will invade her brain, causing her mind to become unruly, and intelligence to decline, until she became a vegetable lying in one place. Fortunately, Alex had predicted this, as he was frequently shot with chips. She wrote many notes in the gradually regaining house. Based on the content in the notes, she took the chip out from her neck. Until night, Jam and Tip returned home. But they couldn't find her anywhere. Now she is dazed. Where could she have run off to? They searched the house but only found a blood-stained towel in the bathroom. What happened? Jam and Tip went out to look. But the two were too hasty, and as soon as they set foot, they lost control, as if hitting something. Could it be that they hit Alex? The two got out of the car to check. It was too dark, they couldn't see who they hit. At this time, Alex approached and made the two of them shout, but upon closer inspection, they realized it was her. It turned out that in the morning she had taken the chip out of her body. Jam couldn't find her because she had gone to the nursing home. Her mother is here. The old woman's eyes were fixed on the bed, and on her left cheek there was a scar from the chip. This is the reason she hates the president. If the person she hit wasn't Alex, then who was it? Alex stepped closer to flip the person over. After seeing the stranger clearly, they were shocked. This is the 8th year since the male extermination. Women get pregnant through a lottery, and the 3 of them got a man. To confirm if he's still alive, Tip walks up and jolts his head. Surprisingly, he grabs her hand, and she quickly reacts with a sharp pain, causing him to faint. Alex bandaged his wound. This time pregnancy is no longer a dream. But the next morning, Alex and Jam hear the police sirens outside. Is the organization that sent people to inquire about the situation after Alex was shot with a chip. She and Jam still haven't figured out how to cope. Tip opened the door again and rushed out. She wanted to talk the man to them. Jam pulls her and begs her to think twice. If she tells her pregnancy status will be annulled. Then 2 days ago, the president drew her by lottery. She became the lucky one to be pregnant. She had been waiting for this for 8 years now. How many times? 8 years in a woman's life. Jam was begging. Tip was soft-hearted, so she didn't say it. Organization people leave. Alex saw that the man was still not awake. She rummaged through his bag, a string, a knife and a water bottle. Inside was a piece of newspaper, and on the newspaper was a picture of Alex's mother. Here's what happened in the end. At this point the man woke up. Alex asks him what kind of relationship he has with his mother. He refused to speak. Alex doubts his identity even more. She held a threatening knife. When she was about to strike, suddenly an illusion appeared. He turned into her mother, her frightened eyes begging her. That painful look made her take a step back. She took the hammer and smashed the chip. The man did not hide anymore. In fact, there are many survivors in the world. The virus that year wasn't to the point of making men extinct. Only a small part survived, but was always pursued by a secret organization. So I had to live in hiding. Man tore his pocket and pulled out a SIM card. It was from a mysterious person who gave him the ability to contact the secure base, but the phone has now been replaced by the desktop. He couldn't find a phone to plug in a SIM card. Good, Alex likes to collect old things. She has an old Nokia device with a SIM slot. When she turned it on, a message came in saying, "Rise." What does this mean? How about uprising? Until the day Jam went to the hospital to check before sperm implantation, but her health could not get pregnant. The middle-aged woman next to her said she had won 8 times, but each time the health check was unsatisfactory. Jam impatiently returned home to find the man. She took the glass and wiped it with her shirt. "Ask him to give me some sperm." He was bewildered. "Do you think I'm a seed maker?" But being forced by her, there was no way, just listening. Jam returned to the house to wait for good news. At this time, she received a call from Tip. The organization's people found out about this, sending people here. She hung up the phone and the police car parked outside surrounded them. Fortunately, Alex soon brought them over. They ran out. At this time, the phone rang. The man answered the phone, recorded the coordinates. This must be the location of the safe base. He is the last man on Earth. Something scary appeared in the foreground. Right after that, a red dot appeared on Alex's face. Suddenly, she reacted quickly. She and the man jumped into the car. The organization had someone assassinate them. The 4 people tried to drive away from here, but they met the minstrel festival. On the road were all women going to the festival. The crowd was so crowded that they couldn't drive, so they had to get off the car and walk. Fearing that his grandfather would be discovered, he immediately dressed him in a cotton suit. Was about to run away, but there were too many people. They lost each other. The killer in the crowd looked for an opportunity to take the man away. Jam quickly chased, hid in the assassin's truck. The assassin raised his gun and pointed at the last man in the world. At this time, Jam appeared, using anesthetic to kill the assassin, save the man out. After a few days on the run, they finally found a safe base. The man found this place very familiar. Wasn't this the quarantine place for infected men 8 years ago? They carefully entered. The corridor was extremely narrow. There was a bang. The back door closed. Poisonous gas began to pour out. They looked for a way out everywhere. The man found the ventilation duct. Open the lid. Inside is a pipe. They can fit in. So hurry up. But the more you crawl, the smaller the ventilation duct becomes. The man was trapped and could not move, and the poisonous gas was right behind. The man struggled with all his strength. The other 3 also understood what he meant. Immediately after, the ventilation pipe fell. They escaped from the room filled with poisonous gas. But the sight before them was scarier than the poison gas. Several dozen Tran men were tied to the chair. They groaned in pain. At this time, a group of people with guns rushed to surround the 4 of them. What happened here? The president appeared. They fell into a trap. So the plague didn't kill all the men that year, but she saw an opportunity to take power, so the assassin started killing all the surviving men. Survivors are imprisoned here, becoming a breeding machine that provides sperm for women. When a man in a shawl stepped forward, under the scarf was the face of the man who was also behind it all. For many years, he used all kinds of ways to signal to men to survive and lure them here. Then he summed it all up. What did he have in the end? Above is the content of Season 1 of the Black Comedy series Primary. What are your thoughts on this movie? Leave a comment below in the comments. Alex's mother and that man are still shrouded in mystery. Season 2 hasn't aired yet. I encourage you to watch the original. Alright, here we go today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you again.